The United States of America has said there is no plan to relocate its Africa Command from its current base in Germany to Nigeria or any part of Africa despite the worsening state of insecurity in the region. The US gave the response barely 2 weeks after President Muhammadu Buhari appealed to the US government to consider relocating AFRICOM to Africa to assist Nigeria and other adjoining countries to combat worsening terrorism, banditry, and other security crises. The president made the plea in a virtual meeting with the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken on April 27th. Germany-based African Command, AFRICOM, is the US military headquarters that oversees its operations in Africa. Buhari's request followed a series of recent military casualties in Nigeria's decade-long fight against Boko Haram terrorists, fresh expansion of the insurgents' bases to Niger and Nasarawa states, and heavy waves of abductions and killings by bandits in the north. Buhari said, "The security challenges in Nigeria remain of great concern to us and impacted more negatively by existing complex negative pressures in the Sahel, Central, and the West Africa, as well as the Lake Chad region. Compounded as the situation remains, Nigeria and her security forces remain resolutely committed to containing them and addressing their root causes. The support of important and strategic partners like the United States cannot be overstated, as the consequences of insecurity will affect all nations. Hence, the imperative for concerted cooperation and collaboration of all nations to overcome these challenges. In these connections, and considering the growing security challenges in West Central Africa, Gulf of Guinea, Lake Chad region, and the Sahel, weighing heavily on Africa, it underscores the need for the United States to consider relocating AFRICOM headquarters from Stuttgart, Germany, to Africa near the theater of operation. However, the US government on Thursday ruled out any plan to relocate AFRICOM from its current base in Germany to Nigeria or any other part of Africa. According to the United States Department of Defense Pentagon, previous studies have shown that the cost of relocating AFRICOM from Germany to Africa is very huge. In an emailed response to Saturday Punch, the Pentagon said although it will continue to value Nigeria and other countries in Africa as important partners, the American government would not consider relocating AFRICOM to any part of the African continent at the moment. This newspaper had asked if the US would consider Nigeria's request to relocate AFRICOM to the continent. It would be inappropriate to speculate any other future actions. However, at this time, moving the headquarters, AFRICOM headquarters to Africa is not part of any plans, but US FRICOM's commitment to their mission. Our African and our other partners remains as strong today as when we launched this command more than a decade ago, US Pentagon spokesman Mrs. Cindy King said. King also ruled out any plan to consider Buhari's request in an ongoing global US defense review. She said, although there is an ongoing global posture review, the relocation of Combat Command headquarters is outside the scope of its assessment. In the case of AFRICOM, previous studies have concluded that the cost associated with the relocation of these headquarters is significant and likely to incur the expense of other engagement opportunities and activities that more directly benefit our valued African partners. We greatly value the partnership with Nigeria and appreciate President Buhari's recognition of the United States' positive contribution to Africa peace and security, as well as other regional partners that have made similar past pronouncements. The United States remains committed to continuing our close partnership with African countries and organizations to promote security and stability. Meanwhile, a former United States ambassador to Nigeria, John Campbell, had listed reasons why it is unlikely or near impossible for the US government to relocate AFRICOM from Stuttgart in Germany to Nigeria or any other part of the continent. He said, apart from the fact that the cost of doing it is so huge, the Nigerian military has proved to be a difficult partner for the US over the years. In an emailed interview with Saturday Punch, Campbell, who is Ralph Bunche Senior Fellow for African Policy Studies at the Council on Foreign Relations, a Washington, D.C. based think tank, said, "From an American perspective, moving AFRICOM's headquarters after 14 years in Stuttgart will be a major undertaking. However, should the AFRICOM headquarters move, it is unlikely, if not impossible, that it will be to Africa with this logistical challenge. Some of the US Congress support moving AFRICOM's headquarters to the United States as a cost-effective alternative. For example, South Carolina's senators, both Republican, have advocated moving it to Charleston, the site of large US military installations. It is mostly a matter of money. Moving AFRICOM to Africa will require the construction of a sophisticated installation in areas where the basic infrastructure may not yet have been developed. Moving it to the United States would mean making use of the already existing but underused installation, like perhaps Charleston, that could be quickly and more cheaply expanded if necessary." The ex-envoy, however, said Buhari's request marked a reversal of Nigeria's official position to AFRICOM's plan to move it to the continent 14 years ago. The shift likely reflects the conclusion that the security situation in West Africa and Nigeria is out of control, spurring a willingness to consider options hitherto unacceptable. Buhari argued that AFRICOM's headquarters should be closer to the theater of operations. He also seemed to imply greater US involvement in the West African security, including a kinetic dimension in the context of greater Western support for West Africa's response to its security threats. He recalled that when President George W. Bush established AFRICOM in 2007, a military-civilian hybrid command in support of Africa, African official reaction was largely hostile, seeing the effort as neo-colonialist. Campbell said the Nigerian government took the lead in persuading or strong-arming other African states against accepting AFRICOM headquarters, which was thereupon established in Stuttgart, Germany, already the headquarters of the European Command. In addition to opposing AFRICOM in the first place, the Nigerian military authorities have been largely uncooperative with the US military. Hence, the US military involvement in Nigeria beyond limited training operations is minimal, and the country does not host any American defense installation. Successive Nigerian governments have wanted to purchase sophisticated American military equipment but have rejected US oversight. In fact, Nigerian purchases of US military materials have been rare despite their high-profile, ultimately successful purchase of 12 A-29 Super Tucanos sophisticated aircraft. Corroborating Campbell's view, an associate fellow at the United Kingdom-based Chatham House, Matthew Page, said there was no prospect of the US relocating the AFRICOM headquarters from Germany to any part of Africa. Chatham House, also known as the Royal Institute of International Affairs, is an independent policy institute headquarters whose mission is to provide authoritative commentary on world events and offer solutions to global challenges. Page said there is absolutely no prospect of this happening. A combatant command headquarters is an administrative node that requires enormous physical infrastructure and thousands of personnel to sustain it. They need to be able to safely live, work, and send their children to school locally. The Nigerian government is unable to safeguard the lives of hardworking Nigerians, never mind a US military installation that will be a juicy target for a terrorist attack. With the expectations of European Command and African Command, which for long-standing historical reasons are located and headquarters in Germany, all combatant commands are located in the United States. So US have finally given their response and rejected Buhari's request. And for Buhari, he felt that this would help to deal with the current insecurity the country is facing. Well, guys, let's hear your take down below in the comment section. Thank you once again for staying tuned. Please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. Till I come your way again with more updates. Bye.